All right, and we are live. Hello and welcome to a brand new episode, the first episode of the new year of the Pastrami Nation podcast. And we have a full house, and I'm very excited about today's show. We got everybody here. It's been a while since we've had this full cast, full lineup. Very, very excited. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kevin, and joining me today are the two co-founders of Pastrami Nation, Jason and Nolan Smith. What's going on, guys? Very excited to have you guys both on the show.
Glad to be here.
Dude, I know it's exciting. It's been a while since we've all been together. And of course, Christian, how's it going, man? Nice to see you.
It's good to be here. I'm glad to see your faces.
It's very exciting, very for show the new year. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you guys all were safe and we're happy out there and had have a good New Year so far. It's only 6 days in, but hey, we're getting a new episode of Stranger Things tomorrow. Let's all cheer. Let's all be very, very excited. So the last episode of the Pastrami Nation podcast, we actually talked a lot about Stranger Things. That's me and Nolan. We were leading up to the finale. We talked about all the volumes 1 and 2, and we hadn't watched the finale yet. Today's episode is all about the Stranger Things finale, so there will be spoilers. If you haven't watched it yet, I don't know what you guys are doing. If you're interested in Stranger Things and you haven't watched the finale yet, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
You're living under a rock if you have
living under a rock or whatever. But hey, if you haven't watched it, just because Stranger Things might not be your vibe yet, that's totally cool. Join us for the conversation. We'll let you know what we thought, and then we'll you guys can make your own decisions if you checked it out. And also, as usual, don't forget to interact with us in the comments. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Did you guys like the finale of Stranger Things? Did you not like it? Whatever. Just let us know, and we'd be happy to talk about it. So, Stranger Things finale premiered on New Year's Eve 2025, which is weird to say because we're in 2026 now. It was a year ago, right? It feels like a year ago. So let's talk about kind of our vibes going in to the finale of Stranger Things. So Jason, let's start with you, man. Were you all, I'm assuming you were all caught up and ready to go. Did you watch it on New Year's Eve? What was your kind of lead up to watching the finale of Stranger Things? And were you super stoked to watch it?
Oh yeah. I wanted to watch it New Year's Eve. It ended up being New Year's Day, but
right.
I had to stay off the internet completely. Cause people on Facebook don't know how to shut up.
Oh, surprise.
Yeah. Because I caught up. It took a little while to catch up on the newest 3 episodes, but there was only 3 of them, and it took me longer than the 4 that we got before that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just stuff going on and stuff. It was hard to find a free moment, but when it finally did, I'm like, okay, this is working up. I see where it's going. And then once I got to the finale, I like the way it ended, but I feel like some parts fell flat for me.
We'll talk about that once we get into the show a little bit. We'll talk about that once it happens. What's up, man? How's it going? Thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out the show. Happy to see you here. So Nolan, what was your kind of experience going into the finale of Stranger Things? Were you excited? What was your vibe going in?
Super excited. Was ready at 5:00. Refreshing Netflix.
Same.
To be ready for it. The last 3 episodes before that, had a lot building up to it. I was waiting for big action, and I was super thrilled just to get there. It was the best part of that week for me. So
absolutely.
I won't get into any spoilers or anything, but the hype was real for me. Like, I was ready for this. I wanted to watch it at home with my family, and went off without a hitch.
Same, 100%. And Christian, what was your vibe like? Did you watch it? You watched it on New Year's Day, right? As well.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't get a chance to watch it on New Year's Eve. Like Jason said, I kept forgetting. I would click on my socials. I'm like, so I had to quickly watch the episode. I think I was expecting certain things, and I think in a lot of ways it exceeded my expectations. I think on an emotional level, I wasn't prepared for how emotional I was going to be watching, saying goodbye to these characters. So I really enjoyed it.
No, absolutely. So I think my experience very similar to your guys'. We watched it New Year's Eve. It's for the past 10 years, Stranger Things has been such a big part of our kind of lives as just like a bunch of other people, but our family would sit down every time a new season started, and kids were a little young when the first 2 seasons came out, but they caught up really fast. So by the time the 3rd season came around, we were all watching it together, which was really, really cool. And we did it. We watched the volume 2 when it came out, and then come New Year's Eve, we all gathered up. We went out to dinner. We came home. We were all ready to go for the finale at like 6. We didn't watch it till like 6 or 7, but I went through the same thing. I'm like, I got to stay offline. I can't even go on, like any kind of internet. We were going to do the theatrical experience, but it just, it wasn't playing in very many theaters around here for some reason. The showings that were showing were sold out really, really fast. But also, it felt it was a tradition to watch it at home, and it was something we always watched at home. So it was like, it felt weird and kind of not in a bad way. We just were just like, you know what, let's watch it at home. Let's just keep this tradition going. And boy, Christian, like you said, I'm glad we did, because I
don't like being that emotional in public.
No,
I'm really
I would have
glad
been
I
a
was
mess.
home. Yeah.
In the theater. So let's jump into it, guys. So we're all pretty stoked going into it. We're all pretty pumped. We're all ready to go. So let's talk about the actual episode going into it. So this will be just a discussion about the show. So there will be spoilers. So if you have not watched it, we're going to talk about parts we enjoyed, things we liked, things we disliked, all that stuff. It will be an open conversation. Again, hope you all join in on the conversation as well. Let us know what you guys thought. So yeah, without further ado, let's just jump into it, guys. So we had a pretty epic lead-in going into the show. Vecna is out there. He has Holly, and we got to figure out how they're going to basically get the kids out of there. Kind of left out a cliffhanger, volume 2, and they essentially go to this other dimension, right, where they find out that Vecna's kind of been hiding this whole time. Another planet, essentially, which is kind of a weird thing to just kind of throw in at the end of it, but I thought it was really cool. So Jason, you had mentioned that some of it fell flat for you. So tell us kind of your overall thoughts of the episode, and what were the things that worked for you? What were the things that didn't work for you?
I don't know what my main gripe that didn't work really was kind of like, was it the friend, Kali? That girl, I kind of forgot who she was the first time to be sad for her when she dies. Like, I really just
Kelly.
Yes,
Yeah.
It didn't, and I'm thinking, and that leads to my other part with what's that guy, Murray, the driver.
Murray, I love Murray, man.
Good guy and everything, but like his big badass moment just kind of fell flat for me, because he throws that grenade at the helicopter and it blows up and she still gets shot. Like yeah, that's just, I'm like, well, what was the point of it? Right as that guy's cocking the trigger back to shoot Kali, big hero hoorah, throws the belt full of grenades, blows it up, and she still gets capped.
Right? No, exactly.
WTF, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't know, just certain parts like that kind of felt a little rushed, but I absolutely loved the end with like that. To me was like the saddest part. Like, I don't know. Can I say?
Yeah, please. Yeah, no, you're good. We're on spoiler territory, so please go ahead.
Just the part where the boys, the main 4, are putting their books back on the shelf.
Oh yeah, dude.
That was the end of it. I was like, wow, that's when it hits you,
Yeah, I will tell you what. The first thing that got me, the first thing that I was like, I literally yelled at the screen, the Steve psych out. The Steve psych out was one of the most evil things the Duffer brother has ever done. I was like, if they're going to kill anybody, it's going to be Steve. Like I've been talking to my wife and daughter. I was like, just story-wise, like it makes sense. Like if anyone's going to die this episode, it's going to be Steve. So when that scene happened, and the Duffer brothers knew it too. The Duffer brothers were like, yeah, everyone thinks Steve's going to die. So let's give it fake out. My God, that scene. And then Jonathan grabs him, and I was so happy. But yeah, I personally, I thought it was a really, really well done episode. I thought, I think there's little things here and there, like stuff with Kelly. I don't think a lot of us really cared about Kelly to begin with.
We don't remember her like to care about her,
Exactly. But I think she kind of had that quick redemption arc when she saw that Hopper was talking to Elle and they were having that moment. And she put down the gun. I think that was kind of like, oh, okay, maybe she is in it for the right reasons. Like, because for a while you're thinking like she's just going to sabotage the whole thing and it's going to go bad. But like when she does that with the gun, it's like, oh, okay, maybe her heart is in the right place. So I think when she was shot and when she did die, I was kind of like, oh, wow, they killed her. But like, I was like you though. I was kind of like, like, okay, like it's not Steve.
Like,
so
right?
I'm okay.
I was kind of worried too that for some reason I kept thinking they were going to kill off Will like in that last before the finale, and this I was like, oh, that would be fucking horrible, you know?
Yeah.
Like I just kept thinking he's going to die trying to stop when he started doing his trance thing on the finale. I thought, oh no, because then something's going to happen here, and then. Thank God none of the original 4 got killed. Like
absolutely. So Nolan, what were your thoughts of the episode?
Yeah, I really liked it. I thought like as soon as it started up until the showdown with Vecna, like it was full throttle. It was just nonstop going. It to me it felt like a finale, and we had the very nice, well-earned ending and the prologue and everything. It was great. I like like Jason said, when they ended their D&D game, and it was kind of like, we're not kids anymore. Like this is, it's like that. It's like that part where you're like, you never realized that was the last time you were going to do that. When you look
at
back
one point in your life, you and your friends put away your D&D for the last time, and nobody knew it.
Yep. And all the kids take over, right? Like Holly and her crew. I was like, oh, like that was the sweetest thing I'd ever seen. I thought that was beautiful.
That was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was really, really cool. There were a few things that like I still don't get why. What was it, Linda Hamilton? Still don't get why she was there. Absolutely hate the character. Hated her in Resident Alien. Hated the same exact character she plays now.
The T-1000 would have got that.
It's a good crossover. I'll tell you that much.
Man, we needed the Resident Alien. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
I think to me, the finale cemented Stranger Things as like one of the greatest television series we're going to have in our time. Was every episode perfect? No, hell no. But the ending wrapped it up so nicely. Their weird aging, how they're all older now, didn't even bother me in that episode. It bugged me in the previous 3 episodes. We talked about it in the last episode, but not in this one. In this one, it just felt good. It felt like a really nice ending. I like Vecna. I like Henry. I like learning more about him. But yeah, he had to die.
I felt bad for him as the little boy, like because that guy was going to shoot him. He had no choice but to.
He had no.
None of that was his fault.
Yes.
And I think that was the whole thing with Henry, and I think that's what made Henry such an interesting character and why he was afraid to go in the cave, because like I think a big part of him didn't want to be this character, like be Vecna. You know what I mean? I think he was very scared of that part of him that was Vecna. Like he didn't really want to face it, even though he was facing it head on in a way. But when he was a kid, I don't think there was kind of two sides to him that I thought was really, really well done. And I think that's the whole thing with the cave, right? Like why he was very afraid to go in the cave was because he didn't want to face that side of him that was still good, right? And I think that's what really scared him, is facing that side that was still good in there as that little boy, which I thought was interesting.
I think there's another side to that too. That it could be he was afraid to face that it wasn't just Vecna or that evil that made him evil. He killed the guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Before. So I think it scared him.
Yeah,
to see that, and I love the whole he was saying like, it's my choice. I did this. I made this choice, because there was no redemption arc for him.
There wasn't.
This was it.
Yeah, especially after all of this and everything he had done. Christian, what did you think of the episode?
I loved it. I think the epilogue it's like they kind of had that written since the beginning, I felt like. But yeah, it wasn't perfect. My issue was the upside down. I will say I did love Dimension X and
so did I. Yeah,
the little Utroms that we got to see in the background. I'm just kidding. That's such a cool little Ninja Turtle crossover. I heard that they specifically was inspired by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and naming it Dimension X, so that's really cool. But yeah, my thing is like, just in like, what was it, the end of Volume 1, we had like 2 or 3 God, what are they called, the big
Demogorgons.
Like 2 of them like destroy an army, right? And then like the kids destroyed the Mind Flayer, which but like kind of single-handedly.
The gigantic spider.
Also, like the Upside Down, I remember because I just recently rewatched everything. The Upside Down in season 1 was a fucking nightmare. When Nancy gets pulled in, it's just like you're sweating. You're like, oh my god, like what is going to happen. But now they're like chilling, like they're, you know, like it's, I guess it's kind of like a progression of their characters that they've kind of overcome it. But like also, where are the Demogorgons? Like where were they at the end? It's fine. It's not like a major complaint. It's just like my little minor complaint. But none of that matters because of how I felt at the end. Like it was just everything from the epilogue was just emotional. As soon as like you hear those first chords from Purple Rain,
oh God,
a mess. I was blubbering, but like so many great needle drops because there was like 2 Prince songs. We got the Pixies, we got Heroes again, but this time the David Bowie version.
Oh yeah,
loved it.
I love the Peter Gabriel version that they played in the first episode, you know, or in the first season after you know Will's body and stuff.
The Will fake out,
and I even said that before going into this episode. I said they better play Heroes, and I didn't know it was going to be this version of Heroes, but I was hoping for some sort of callback to that, and they beautifully pulled it off.
And then how Robin, like Rockin' Robin comes back in the epilogue and she's like, oh, got some new music for you. And she drops the Pixies. I was like, oh, this is so perfect. I loved it. There was so many like little shout outs to the previous seasons. Dustin's graduation speech.
Yes.
Like, I don't know if you guys have been seeing those edits of like Eddie like talking about like how he's going to handle graduation.
Yeah, he did everything that Dustin. Yeah,
I loved it. That was fantastic. The last D&D game. I really think acting wise, like the kids are great, right? But I think like as they've kind of grown up, the best of them is like Sadie and Caleb. Like they're just so good. Like Caleb really kind of grew into like an amazing actor.
His hair was pissing me off though.
it's like kid and play flat top, bro. I'm like, what's going on with this? But I don't know if you guys have been seeing. He's been learning like flip jitsu lately. He's been posting like, dude, totally. And he's in that new Sony movie, Goat. So maybe we get a Miles Morales. I'd be more than happy with him being Miles Morales.
I was talking about that too with Eli the other day, and he was like, "No." I was like, "Dude,
no, I'm 100% behind that. I kind of don't want to see anybody else now. I just want to see Caleb doing it."
Yeah.
I'm already excited that Sadie's in the Marvel universe to see them together.
Yeah,
would be really cool.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I loved it. That ending. I was just sobbing through the whole like last 40 minutes. So yeah, same.
Like it was very, very emotional and very. The Duffer Brothers knew what was going to make pull our heartstrings, and they knew what was going to work. And I think there was some obviously. So this episode has been very super divisive, to say the least. And I think I think a lot of it just comes down to I've talked about this before, but it's expectations versus reality, right? It's kind of what people kind of make up in their head and what they think is going to happen compared to what actually does happen. And I think it happens to all of us, right? We all get hyped up for something and we all think something should go a certain way, but it doesn't turn out that way. I think one of my biggest gripes that I've been hearing about this episode particularly is the fight between Vecna and them, and that how it lasted. It didn't last long enough. Like when they're actually face to face with Vecna inside of the giant spider mind flare thingy, that the fight did not go on very long. And I try to rebuke that because, like, to me, I mean, they've literally been fighting Vecna for 10 years, right? 5 seasons has been, obviously it wasn't Vecna at the time. They didn't know it was Vecna, but season 4, they've been back and forth with Vecna. Even this season, they've been fighting Vecna basically the whole season and figuring out how to defeat him. And they finally did. So that, to me, I feel like they earned that short fight. I don't feel like that fight needed to go any longer than it should have. I feel like they could have just easily kind of made it go, made it feel longer than it should, but they did it quickly, easily, and they were like, "No, this is done. Like this is what we're doing." And then Joyce gets her moment.
I was about to say that. It was so good to see her get that revenge.
You effed with the wrong family. So good. Like that whole clip when she's like, "You fucked with the wrong family," and then like it shows clips of all of them and like how they're all the flashbacks throughout the whole show.
Those flashbacks, the Mike and L stuff, the Joy stuff.
They're so little. They're so little.
Oh God, it was insane. So poignant, so good.
It's insane how small they are. And then you got all these little plot holes. People are complaining about plot holes, but it's like how far are we going to take that? Like someone on TikTok I was watching, and they're like, okay, I want to know how Max learned how to skateboard. How long was Joyce in labor with Will? Where did, you know what I mean? No, they were making fun of the people. They were like, I mean, these are the kind of ridiculous things that we're like going for now. It's like, you guys are just
Besides
reaching
the point. Like, yeah, you're kind of like missing the point of the actual story here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I thought, listen, and that's not to say people can't be disappointed by it. Like if you didn't like it, you didn't like it. And I completely accept that and understand that. And I'm never going to say you're wrong. But I don't know. I think a lot of it just comes down to expectations versus reality and just kind of nitpicking things and saying that the Duffer Brothers are bad writers. I think that's a little
much.
Yeah. What do you guys think about all that stuff?
I think that's what happens when you have that much time between seasons. You know, it's 5 years in like story time, but it's been 10 years for us, you know. And when we have this much time between seasons, people can speculate, people can make expectations, and then whatever they imagine in their head's always going to be better than what they ever get, you know. It's and like you said, you kind of have to go in not with like lowered expectations or no expectations, but you know,
it's kind of even, like
just kind of tempered. You know, like you're not the writer, so
exactly.
We're just here to observe.
Jason, what were you saying?
People will always be dumb.
I mean, yeah, that's just it. I mean, I think as you know, a lot of us here are creatives, right? Like we don't go out in the world and we're not writing Stranger Things. I know that much for sure. But like we know kind of the experience of how to like ramp up a story, or whether it's a drawing or whatever, and how to finish it. Like how do you put out the perfect product, right? How do you put out something that you're happy with, but also everyone else is you can't please everybody. So you kind of have to just kind of, you know, like I did bring that, but I came out with a short story in a comic book last year, and it was very hard for me to figure out where to end that. Like I kind of understand the creative process a little bit better now of like, I'm going to write this thing, but like, where does it end? What ending do I want? What's going to make people happy? What's going to be satisfying? Is it satisfying to me? Is it satisfying to the people reading it, to the people watching it, whatever the case may be? And I'm not comparing any of us to the Duffer Brothers, because I know like those guys, you know what I'm saying though. I think it's being a creative.
Can I ask you a question, Kevin? Like, and any of you guys can jump in on this. When you're writing, do you write the story chronologically? Like, do you start at the beginning, then get to the middle, then figure out the end, or do you have the end figured out already? So
me personally, I kind of like, I mean, you're probably asking the wrong person, because I have about a dozen or more stories started and not finished. But I like it depends on the story, really. For the most part, I'll be like, I have this really cool concept and idea. I'll start writing it through, get to the middle, and then kind of wander off a little bit. Like, this is how it's going to end. I just have to figure out how to get from the middle to the end. That's how I normally do it. But yeah, what about you, Jason or Nolan?
Yeah, same thing. Like I write the moment that happens in my mind first.
Yeah.
Write it all out, and then I try to go backwards and say like, okay, how do we get there? And then like, yeah, how do you wrap it up? And how do you wrap it up to where, you know, it's satisfying for you? Because yeah, you want to be a success, but you don't want to not be true to yourself. So if you're writing something and you're trying to please the masses are never going to be happy. The masses had 10 million theories on the way Stranger Things was going to end, and got pissed off that Max still lived because the internet said she wasn't. So I think it's just you got to just be true to yourself and just finish it, right? You're writing it, you do it. Yeah, and you just get to the ending and say done. And then you look at it 30 days later and you're like, that's shit, I need to rewrite it, you know?
Yeah, that's what a lot of writers say too. They'll say that they'll do that. Exactly what you said. Like they'll write something, finish it up, and then they'll put it away in a drawer for like 30 days or something, come back to it and see how they feel. And if it still clicks, they'll do it. If not, they'll just start all over again and rewrite the ending or whatever.
There's no right or wrong way to do it, I think, you know?
There isn't.
Goes like, I'm an artist. I don't write a lot.
But still.
I draw some strange things, but I have this habit of like, I'll start with the nose and kind of work my way. And in different art classes, they always taught you like the circle and draw the whole body, but I can kind of see it in my head already and just start with the nose. And they're like, no,
there you go. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get that 100%. That's exactly like writing. And so, yeah, but I think there was a lot of really, really great stuff in this finale, not just the finale, but this season in general. I thought Will's story was great. I thought it was beautiful. I love the way that they handled it. if you watch the other seasons, since we're so, we rewatched all the seasons leading up to this, there are little hints throughout the whole series that Will was gay the whole time. But I think one thing I loved about this season was that Robin became more than just, she was basically the key to unlocking everything. She became Will's kind of mentor. She became Will's influence. She became Will's, what was it? Episode 4, episode 3.
Oh, the hospital scene.
What's that?
Was that the hospital scene where like Will was there and then?
Well, yeah, there was that moment, but then when they're walking through, and then like he has that flashback when he's about to, when he basically unlocks his powers in like episode 3 or 4, when he crowds to Demogorgon, it's all about Robin was the voiceover of Robin talking about how she thought that other people were going to be the key to her happiness when she realized it was just her. She had to be happy with herself and realize who she was before she was able to be happy with anyone else. And that whole moment was just beautifully done. And the way the Duffer Brothers handled it was great. So
let's talk about the big ending. What are your guys' thoughts? Is 11 alive? Or
do you believe?
believe?
That's tomorrow's episode, right?
Yeah, exactly. We'll find out tomorrow.
And then Tupac will be alive, and then
Let's see. I personally, I don't think she is. But that's. Do you think she is, Jason?
I kind of do. I kind of think. I mean,
no, that's cool.
Is, I will hate Kali less because that means she did one last little mind trick, so they didn't see her. Not that I hated her, I just didn't really care about her.
I know what you mean. No, exactly. Yeah. I get you. What about you guys, Christian, Nolan? What do you guys think?
I think it's genius. I think they left clues either way, like both ways. They purposefully left clues both ways. Because like the whole thing about them in the truck, and Mike looks over at Derek, and Derek's like, hi. And everybody's like, oh, that's because 11 wasn't actually there. Like all on purpose. Like the fact that 11 didn't have a nosebleed. There's just so many little things just so that we're sitting here now talking about this, like giving us that kind of Inception ending. Did it not, like just to let it sit with us and everybody can kind of come to their own conclusion. So, I personally think she's gone. I think that's it. Like,
I think so too.
Yeah. I think Mike is coping, and like, this is how he has to like be at peace with it in his head. But no, I don't think. I think it's a little more poetic if she is dead.
Yeah. What about you, Nolan?
I think it could go either way, especially with the foreshadowing of the devices showing you that like if they were going like her power, right, like it couldn't have worked. But just like Christian said, I think it was genius because now it leaves you thinking probably forever, like did she live? Did she die? And I guess like it goes to like what state of mind you're in. That you're gonna go one way or the other. If you're feeling good that day, then hey, she lived, and she's out there and wherever having fun with those 3 waterfalls. And then if you're having a shitty day, then no, life sucks. She died.
Exactly.
11 will return in the Avengers.
I've seen a lot of those.
Yeah. I think, and I think what's so genius about it too is like he kind of left. Yeah, I think whether or not you believe in that or not, you also believe, you want to believe that the other stories are true that he tells about their. All of like, with Dustin, with Dustin and Steve hanging out during college and like all the other flashbacks that they have with the characters and stuff like that, or the flash forwards, I should say. So they even kind of leave those kind of ambiguous, right? Like, are those real? Are those the actual things? Or is that just coming from Mike's imagination? Like how they could live their lives, right? How their lives could advance in the future. So I think whether or not you believe Elle is alive or not kind of also depends on if you believe what else Mike had to say at the end, right? If all of those flash forwards are true, then most likely the Elle stuff is probably true. But if you don't believe the others, if you don't believe that Elle is alive, then you probably shouldn't believe the other stuff. I don't. It's a whole thing. But I think it's interesting to think about. Like you said, Christian, it's genius that the Duffer Brothers were able to pull this off. I think they pulled it off beautifully. And there's going to be people that are going to be upset. There's going to be people that are going to be unhappy, but we got one hell of a show for 10 years. Like for us, it's been 10 years. For them, it's been 5 seasons.
So how would you guys rank Stranger Things in the pantheon of like great television shows?
It's up there.
Yeah,
Is it like top 5? I think for me.
easy.
Yeah, easily top 5.
Yeah.
What's number 1 for you guys?
Oh, jeez.
So I have 2.
Oh,
Mine's either going to be this guy right here, X-Files, one of the greatest TV shows of all time, or Supernatural, kind of depending on the day for me. What about you guys?
Mine's Muppet Babies.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I was gonna say, mine's Saved by the Bell, the new class. But
The new class. That
you
is-
got all the new class?
that
Oh,
is-
boy.
not even the college years. It's
Not even the
not-
college
not
years.
even
the
That's awesome.
no, Breaking Bad for me.
Yeah, it's Breaking Bad for me.
It's got to
Yeah.
be Breaking Bad,
Yeah.
I think. I watched that one too religiously. Like,
I've never watched Breaking Bad.
oh my god, you got to watch.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
man, I'm so excited that you haven't seen it because
I
you get
know,
to
I know, because
experience it.
I'm excited to experience. I really am. Like, it's one of those shows.
Yeah.
Vince Gillian, he was
Yes.
also usually involved with the X-Files, and I just never got around. I know they're totally different shows, and I get that. But
You
like,
will need an adjustment period. It took me a few episodes because I was just seeing Hal from
right?
Malcolm in the Middle.
That's
So
my
there were
thing.
times where I was just
He's
like
Hal.
laughing. I don't know why. I just because I'm used to laughing at him. But,
Yeah.
and
I
then
heard
I was
Better
like,
Call Saul's amazing too.
I heard yes. And then what's the new one? Pluribus. I need to
Oh,
watch.
Pluribus, I heard
Oh,
is incredible.
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that was really good too.
But yes, I will
Amber
be-
hates it apparently.
Really?
She doesn't. She said the lead actor is unlikable.
Oh,
She's
interesting.
Like, she's like, I tried, but I don't know. I'm like,
Interesting.
Game
Well,
of
one thing I
Thrones. Game of
What's that?
Thrones. Game
Game of Thrones. Yeah.
See, if Game of Thrones was episode seasons 1 through 5, then yes. But like the last 2 or 3 seasons,
That last season.
just killed it.
It's
Just
rough.
Absolutely.
That's what I
dropped
hear.
the ball. Just dropped the ball. But
So,
it's incredible.
rushed.
I would really put it up there. It
Nice.
still deserves to be.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was a little rushed though. That last one.
Yeah.
It's not gonna beat Muppet Babies. Like
No,
never,
Muppet Babies.
never. There's a couple more things I wanted to bring up about Stranger Things. I do really love that Steve got his nuggets, his little coach. I thought that was fantastic. He got
Maybe
all
stop
of his
calling
nuggets
them nuggets.
and freaking dipshit Derek, man.
I love
Dipshit
it.
Derek. He's delightful, Derek, but I love when they're like, "We need you to be dipshit Derek again." And
Suck
just
my
that
fat
smile
one.
on his face is just
I think I
so.
laughed at him like every time I saw him because he looked like this kid that rode the bus. Everybody called him the Tubby.
Oh,
My older brother, was watching one of the episodes with me. He's like, "Hey, the Tubby's on there." I was like, oh man.
that's
He
yeah.
was
I like
so
Derek.
easy. Like he was so great.
He was fantastic. Yeah, the little actor, incredible. I thought everyone's great. Holly, the little actress who plays Holly, I thought she was fantastic. I thought all the kids were great. There's, like you said, Christian, the performances were good. Like I think, honestly, like if I had to pick one that like wasn't like, I hate to nitpick because I'm nitpicking, but I hate to say that I don't think Noah Schnapp is a particularly great actor, which is
You know
He's
what's
a
crazy
goodwill.
though? Because in season 1 he was incredible.
exactly,
As like a
exactly,
little kid, like mind blowing. The first couple seasons,
100%.
And then as he's gotten older, I think he became like too self aware
He
or
did.
something. I don't know. And
As
then
Will, I was locked in though. I was locked in with him as well. I was like, okay, I'm along with the story. I think he's great in this.
It's,
But
and then volume 2, Millie Bob. Okay, so this thing always used to annoy me. Keira Knightley used to do this thing with her face, like
oh,
I can't even.
I
do
know
it.
exactly what you're gonna say.
And then like Millie was doing that, and I'm like, stop it! I'd be throwing things at the TV.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she kept like just pulling like aura farming or
Yeah.
whatever the kids are calling it now with her
Yeah.
face. And I'm like just too self aware of like the close up.
And that was the other thing that the Hopper and Al stuff when
Oh, yeah.
Eleven was talking about how Hopper had already figured out the plan and she was like, you have to, and because he was going to go jump to the thing to go get Vecna, and he's like, well, if it doesn't work, and he's like, when you first found me, I was alone, I was in the woods, and he had the whole thing with them with her as a little girl, and then like she's talking about, and just as a dad, it really hit because like. And she's talking about how you just, she's not a little kid anymore and you have to let her go. Like you have to let me go and make my own decisions. I'm going to make mistakes. You're just going to have to let me be an adult. And like Eli's almost 19 now. And I'm like I'm having dad issues with that. But it's like where I'm not ashamed to say I've been going to therapy, just talking to a therapist. And it's like, it's one of my things that my kids are growing up. and I'm learning to let them go. And like Ellie's still 14, so we still got a couple years with her. But even her, she's in their teenage years where she just off with her friends off the time. She doesn't want to watch movies with me anymore. I got her to sit down. Like me and her, she was my horror buddy for a long time. I picked up The Cell on 4K. I wanted her to watch it because she loves Longlegs and Seven. Finally got her to watch that with me this weekend. But like, it's very hard to get her to sit down and watch anything with me. I get sad. And I'm like Eli too, because he's always working or with his friends or whatever. So, but that speech in particular, watching it with my kids was just like, oh God, like
Kevin, for the record, you're a great father. You guys are great parents.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I know they're both, man, y'all would be so
they're amazing people. They're great.
Eli's in his second semester of college. It's crazy. It's wild.
Yeah.
Thank you, Christian. I appreciate that. Really, really do. Thank you guys.
College man already, huh?
I know, man. He was doing this podcast when he was like, 14, 15, whatever.
What year was he born? He was
2007.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
I'm now at the point, where my students are 2007, born in 2007. It breaks my balls. Like I can't, because I used to like, I always, every now and then I check in. I'm like, what year were you guys born? And now I hear 2007. And I'm like, I feel like old. Like I just feel the gray hairs coming in.
Right.
It's crazy.
Nolan, it happens fast, man. I'm telling you.
Nolan, how old is your son now?
Paul's 3.
That's wild.
He's getting up there, and teaching my students, like when they're telling me what year they were born, and you're like, what in the world? Like how are you already a teenager? It's insane. But yeah, we're old.
No, we are, man. But it's still. Listen, we're still young at heart. We love doing shows like this. We could talk about nerdy stuff with all y'all.
I'm still old at heart.
Yeah, I know, dude. I'm feeling it. Trust me.
Young at heart, but old in the kidneys.
Exactly. So let's rank. Let's talk about season. Let's talk about the finale in general. Let's just give it a score. We're on Pastrami Nation here. We like to score things from 1 to 5. If you had to give it a Pastrami out of finale, how as far as finales go, and how well they ended it, what score would you give it? I'll go first. I'll go ahead. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. Like I think it's a solid 4 out of 5. I don't think it's perfect, but I think it lands. It sticks the landing, does what it needs to do, succeeds at every aspect of the storytelling, ties up loose ends that needed to be tied up, and I thought it was really, really well done. Jason, what would you give it?
I would also give it a 4. Wasn't perfect, especially Lucas's hair, but it ended well. You felt that at the end, like wow. That's where it all started. That's where it all ended.
It's great. Yeah, Nolan.
I would give it a 4.5.
Cool.
It's definitely not perfect, but I feel like story-wise, there's not enough for me to knock it down anymore. So I would say 4.5. It was spectacular.
Cool, Christian.
I'm also, I'll go 4.6. I think, when we think about finales, especially for like a series like this, it's so important because like a bad finale can undo a whole series. We see that with Game of Thrones, but a great finale like Breaking Bad can really cement, like its place in history. So I think the things, despite it not being perfect, the things that I'm going to take away from it, the things that I'm going to remember a few years down the road are all the emotional parts, that whole epilogue, the last 40 minutes. That's what's going to stick with me, and they nailed it. So
absolutely. 100%. Let us know what you all thought. Let us know what score you'd give it out of a 5. And let us know your thoughts on the entire episode. Just real quick, Nolan and Jason, you guys were telling me right before the podcast started that you guys went to go watch Anacondas. Anacondas or just Anaconda?
Anaconda. I forget what it's called.
I think it's Anaconda. Yeah,
okay, just real quick, what are your brief thoughts about it? Because I'm curious about it. I've heard super mixed things. Very, very curious what you guys
thought. It was funny, like funny as hell, because basically they're trying to reboot Anaconda, and tells them I got the right to Anaconda, and turns out he doesn't. But I mean, fuck, I don't want to spoil it for you. But
that's cool. I do want to check it out. Nolan, what do you think?
Comedy, especially if you've seen the old '97 one.
Well, that's the thing. I love the original. Yeah, it's one of my favorite go-to movies. I felt like there wasn't enough strong actors to make it enjoyable the entire time. I love Paul Rudd and Jack Black, but a lot of the funny parts didn't hit for me. But there were like 4 or 5 really good, like funny moments that just like it's Paul Rudd and Jack Black. Just
Yeah.
complete morons. So it was a popcorn flick. I did love watching it. I can't say it was great.
Great.
I also love Steve Zahn. Like, how often do we see that guy these days?
Yes.
You know,
he was
so I'm
comedy.
happy to see him.
Steve Zahn's amazing.
And supposedly there's another after credit scene, but our movie theater couldn't get their shit together because, like, you know, there's the credits rolled and there's one.
Well, don't because Kevin hasn't seen it.
No, well, I'm not gonna say what it is, but stick
yeah.
around to the very end. We did, but our stupid theater, they cut it off like
it literally cut off. It didn't even like do the
That's
regular.
so
Yeah,
I heard a lot of theaters have been doing that lately. I don't know why. I actually was reading an article about that, about how, I don't know what it was for. I can't remember. Like, there's some movie that it was for the new Avatar movie that they have so many showings of it because it's such a long movie that they're not even showing the credits half the time. They're just like
That's
cutting it off.
wrong.
And
that's
just
crazy.
like,
yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, it's
they
insane.
don't even give you trailers sometimes. Like when I saw Marty Supreme, I think I got one trailer and then that was it.
Well, that
I mean, I kind of like that though. I don't like. Sometimes it's like 30 minutes.
Oh my gosh, dude, it's insane.
I want new trailers. Like they gave us
like the Mandalorian and Grogu before Anaconda.
Yeah, that was a good trailer.
Oh, that's cool.
No, that looks fun.
That Primate looks good. That one with the monkey.
Ooh,
yeah,
Primate looks good.
I feel like I've seen that trailer like a bunch. Every movie that I see has that trailer in front of it.
Yeah,
you have to watch it.
I know.
Absolutely. Well, cool.
I have an inherent fear of chimps already.
After watching Nope, I was like, I'm good.
Nope.
Pass.
All right, thank you all for checking out the show. That was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you guys for coming. Nolan, Jason, Christian, like that was always a blast. We'll definitely make this a more regular thing. At least every other week,
Yes.
we'll be back with new episodes of the Pastrami Nation podcast for the new year. There's a lot of movies coming out that we're going to catch up on and that we need to talk about. A lot of movie news and stuff that we need to talk about. Bunch of stuff happening in the new year, so we'll definitely be sure to cover all of that stuff right here on Pastrami Nation. So let's just go around the table. I know, Jason, they can find you on MySpace and
sometimes Jack in the Box.
They could download your album on Napster.
Yep, America Online.
America Online. Nolan, where do you anything you want to pump? Obviously, Pastrami Nation, but anything else you want to?
Yeah. Just Pastrami Nation. You can find us everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. We're still having 75,000 people a month on that, so come find us on there. Yeah, it's wild. Awesome. YouTube, come check us out. Our shorts are awesome on there. Go check it out. We have a lot of views going on. So, just find us everywhere and share it if you like it.
Absolutely, please do. And Christian,
Instagram, Christian Nakorda, no space. Come find me. Let's draw.
Absolutely. Find me, Kevin Hoskinson, Kevin_Hoskinson on a bunch of social stuff. Find me, Brick Therapy Kev on TikTok. Thank you. I was thinking of that video app. There's still Lego, man. I'm waiting for my Krill house will be here on Friday.
Okay, so I called Downtown Disney.
Oh, yeah?
They were like, we have a shipment on Tuesday. Ooh. I went there. It's like first thing in the morning. Already sold out. They sold out of the Creel House. They sold out I thank God I got the DeLorean. They sold out of Lightning McQueen. But I did get the new what's the big modular one? The street.
Oh yeah, that one's cool. I do want to get that one too. So, is it like a little shopping? It's like a shopping mall.
So
or something?
I have like more than half of the modulars now. So
that's cool. That's awesome.
Modulars are awesome.
Yeah, they're fun.
So
I get them
cool.
every January, so fun.
Awesome. Well, cool. Nice. All right, guys. Well, that was a lot of fun. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for checking out the show, and we will see you all next time. Make sure PastramiNation.com, all that fun stuff. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.